Hello guys, came back today again. This is Thorson, obviously. Um, Minion, some laundry, working on. Quick video here on lighting. These little touch lamps. Usually you can put have a sticker thing on the back of them, so you can stick them wherever you want them, or just you can pick them up, move them around as you need them. Great little things to have around the house. Have in your bedrooms and whatnot, for the kids to read with, actually. Flashlights are obvious, must. I would like to have one of those night lights that also, when the power goes out, you can pull it off the wall and be able to walk around with it. They seem to be a really neat thing. But over the years, sorry. Wrong job. Where I'm working now, Menards has given us gifts. And here's a couple that they came in. This guy is quite bright. It's a little, walk around with it in your hand, you can shine it out. But it also has the hook. So you can hook it up and hang it wherever you need it with this guy here. And the magnet on the bottom. So this is a great little guy for actually out in the car, because if you need to work on anything, you can go hands-free and hook it up on the hood with the magnet there, or hang it off from your latch, depending on what year vehicle you have, if it's got the latch on the hood or not. So these are a great little deal. And I probably showed you this one in the past. I know I showed this one here. In fact, this was in the last video. As well as the kids'. Now, these two came from Menards. Actually says it right there. This was one of the gifts they gave us as well. This one here was a gift, but I bought two of them. One with the little coupon they gave us, and one on my own. And for two reasons. Space up top. I don't even know if my green one has this. We played with it, and I haven't been able to open it. But you got that space there. You can... It's not a deep cup, but it's a nice cup. So you got a little bit of space underneath here. You can throw a few things in. Emergency fire starting, emergency medical, whatever it may be. A couple Band-Aids and some super glue. Maybe a couple matches in there as well.
Definitely super glue for me.
Yeah, you seem to be... That'd be my youngest. She seems to be the one to get hurt the most, but she's also the one that's going to run full bore into a wall, bounce off it, pick herself up, and go, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, those are real good to have. One of the greatest things, I hear a lot of people saying, the greatest thing is making sure you have a headlamp. So, I have headlamps. I have not used them. We've used this guy quite a bit in the past, and to be honest, I don't think it works anymore. I'm thinking about gutting the system for the parts inside, or just throwing it out. But you can reuse a lot of the parts out of these guys and make your own. So if you see them at yard sales and whatnot, you can make your own, reusing a lot of the components. Another thing you can do, we use candles. We use scented candles. and you can use them up in the house or while you're out. One of the great things about candles are you always end up with that goopiness running down the sides, and you don't have to throw it away. The reason I say that, you see this wonderful, this was beef stew, I think. So you have a little bit of venting made by these. Wonderful little church key. This one, we've put a magnet on. It stays on the refrigerator because of that. We drink a lot of sodas, actually, from Mexico. That's because that's where our honeymoon was. But, you know, so that makes those real handy. So a lot of the sodas from there or from around the world don't necessarily have twist tops. Some of you guys like beer. It's not a bad thing. Some of them do not have twist tops. So that's what I use to make these. Now these bigger ones have been folded over to help support anything you put onto them. The downside of this is when you use one of these, whatever pan you have up top here tends to soot very, very much. And you can see that the wicks in here aren't up very much. But this is a wonderful little survival candle. Now, I'm not a fan of these little wicks that I use, and this was just a natural twine that I used. And I actually come up with another wick that I thought might work better. And these are for oil lamps. And I thought that might work in those. Not sure. I might play with that. The reasons I have them is we do have lamp oils for emergency in the house. This one has got fluid into it. Another wonderful little thing I come across is using a small canning jar, and you put these wicks in your canning jar. You poke a hole from the bottom side up, and the reason for that is so if you have to pull your wick up, you can do so, and it will still hold and not fall in. I've seen a couple guys that didn't do it, and it was not pretty. But yeah, you can get a hold of the top of your wick and pull that up a little bit as you need. You're not going to have to do that often with the way the oil lamp wicks draw. But once you get a flame level that's adequate for you, for your cooking or for your lighting, with that wick having been wedged up into that, the metal is curved in an upward angle to make a point. It'll hold that wick there. So you don't have to play with it once you get it up to a level, and you're going to do it slowly. Get to a point where you like it, and then leave it alone. I've seen a guy use it was only a little bitty fry pan. It was cast iron, so it took a little bit more to heat up. But he took a little cast iron and 2 of the sausage patties that were preformed, and he cut them up and he slid them in this little bitty pan. He fried them up, and just with a single wick light or candle, he was able to fry up these 2 sausages in this little pan. Now, like I said, being single wick, it took him like 45 minutes, and he had one of the smaller round wicks. At least I think it was. These wicks are a lot wider than what he was looking at or what he was using, so it wouldn't take that much, and you'd have a better heat. And I plan on utilizing 2 of these to make up. You see, there's 5 in there, so you can use 2 of these to make up that and make it cook a whole lot faster. The issue is whatever you're utilizing as a fuel source, be it one of the little small jars, maybe a mid-sized pickle jar, which I seem to have a lot of because of that one. Loves her pickles.
Me too.
Yeah, but you don't usually ask for pickles for lunch for school as much as she does.
I even have pickles and peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah, you heard that. Pickle and peanut butter sandwiches.
That's disgusting.
It's an odd duck, but she's my odd duck. So, anyway.
As a mid meal.
So you, like I said, you can utilize different kind of jars. I recommend that you find a jar or with utilizing a couple different lids. And the reason you want 2 lids for the jar is one lid with no holes into it, so that you can carry it wherever you want to. It's safe. It's put away. If somebody bumps it, it doesn't spill out. The second thing is, the other one obviously is the one that's going to hold your wicks, so that you can utilize that for your lighting and heating. Vegetable oil, olive oil, both of those will burn. You will have sooting afterward, but you're not going to care so much about sooting issues when you're trying to keep your house at a decent temperature, or your camper, or your tent. You're going to want to make sure that you have adequate air. You don't create too much CO2. Adequate oxygen, not air, oxygen. So you don't have too much CO2. Now we have a buddy heater. I think it is one of the big buddies. And we always have a couple of the Coleman cylinders, 1-pounders on hand for our place. It's a mobile home. That's what we live in. It's a mobile home. And we're pushing the max capacity of people in it, but it's the right price at the right time. We're not going to go crazy on spending money on things that we don't need. We're going to spend our money on family. We have dance competitions we got to travel to. We got soccer that we got to travel to. So that's where we're spending our money. We chose
And maybe basketball.
Maybe basketball. So we're going to try and save our money where we can for these things, for our adventures, so that we can enjoy life. Do we wish we had something bigger or something better? Well, maybe. I mean, everybody wants the American dream. But, family is the important part. So you try and save your money. Like I said, these 2 lanterns here and this guy here came from work. They were gifts from work. So I'm not spending too much money on extra stuff. Maybe some batteries for them, but that's why I like the one that has the little solar cell on the top. So you can put that out during the day, get that charging up, so that you have that. And honestly, if we had more camping adventures, that might be something that I would spend money on. but I don't have to. Like I said, I can reutilize stuff that I'm already using, like the candle wax. That's what this is. This is reused, reclaimed candle wax to make a light source, a heat source, a cooking source. It's worked in the past. I've not had to cook with it, but I've tried it to make sure it would. I have other cooking sources that I've talked about. So we have other options, but it's something that you guys should be aware of. You guys should be looking into, so that you're not having to spend all your hard-earned money on stuff that you're only using once or twice a year. You can utilize stuff that you already have around you, that you can get from the dollar store, you can get from yard sales. Spend your money wisely. Watch the deals that are going on in your store, your local stores, Harbor Freight, Menards, Home Depot. What do you got? Meijer, Walmart. Check them out. Make sure you're watching the deals.
Goodwill.
Yeah, you can go to Goodwill. Check them all out. Make sure you're saving your money for the more important stuff. And then, I guess the rest of it is kiss and hug the ones you love. From Prepper Nurse One there. And be safe. Aho.